of a tragedy, out of a tragic time, 9/11. I worked for U.S. Airways, and the airlines at that time were just frantic of what happened and losses. Nobody was flying, and they closed our office. So I found myself unemployed. And long story short, I worked a couple of things for a couple of years, and I said to my husband one day, I want to open a coffee shop. And I should back up a little. I did have a small cookie company in my house. I did cookie bouquets and sugar cookies. It was called the Small Batch Cookie Company. And I did that for a while too. And I said, I can't do this from home anymore. It's too hard to make sure everything is perfect. I want to shop. So that's how it started. And I slowly put it together and went to coffee shows and worked at a coffee shop in the mall, Nancy's Coffee Cafe at the Sangertown, just to learn a little bit about the business. And that's how it got started. It went from there. I love Americanos. I love espresso. I love bold coffee. The bolder you drink coffee, the bolder it has to be. I don't know if that makes sense, because you just keep getting used to that darker roast of coffee. So I love that. Of course, this time of year, there's all the pumpkin, the caramel, the cinnamon. Everything is delicious. The apple cider. And baking is my favorite part of the whole thing. Making coffee cakes and scones and cookies, and seeing people so happy when they get to have a little treat. They really love the cinnamon buns. They really love the soup, because I make it all from scratch, homemade. They really, I think they love the atmosphere in Spressos too, besides all the treats and the goodies that we have. Especially women, I think they have a place to go where, sometimes men would go to clubs and different things. Women feel comfortable coming in there alone. They'll sit at the bar and have a beautiful coffee. And we have a lot of ladies groups. We have a lot of guys too, but I just find that women really enjoy it. You certainly always want to encourage people. I just had a young student come in, wants to open a bakery. She's still a high school student, and she was very sweet. And I'd like to say to a young person, get your education, learn the business part of it first, learn the taxes, the money. It's not the fun part, but you do have to know how to do some of that. And of course, have a passion for what you want to open, whatever the business might be, and have like a little knack for it too. That might be helpful to know a little bit about baking before you open up a bakery, things like that. But I always, try to just encourage people and never give up. There's funding out there, especially for women in business. There's funding available. Low interest loans and grants and things. You just got to dig and find the people to help you. Well, I want them to feel that, they're special, and that this is a special moment for them, and that we treat each person that way. Whether that happens every time, I'm not sure, but I want them to have that feeling. I personally, I love coffee, I love dessert, and I love to go out. I love to go to restaurants and different places, so I want them to know that it's a special place and that we appreciate them coming, and we're going to do the best that we possibly can for them.
People come in 2 days a week. People that come in 5 days a week.
Every single day.
It's just that we built these relationships with people that they're almost like family, because we see them every day.
Yeah, they are, and we appreciate it. Rome really embraced Spressos. It was it's still sort of one of a kind. There's not too many things like it. And at the time we opened, there was nothing like it either. So I said, let's do a coffee shop. And that was at a time when there was no Starbucks. It was still pretty light here with coffee shops, and it didn't really exist then, too much. There were around, but not too much. So we filled a need there.
There's things of people meet there professionally. People meet there,
girls' birthdays.
Meet their friends
gifts,
there.
Yeah.
And people just meet at Spressos.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had people get engaged at Spressos.
Yeah.
We've had people meet at just, first dates at Spressos.
And then get married. That's what happens in 20 years. You have a lot of stories.
Because of where we are, there's people that come in and out.
Yeah, the way
some
they
people,
work on
you'll see them every day for 6 months, and then all of a sudden they're like,
they're
going
shipping
home.
me out.
I'm going back home, and so they're,
military and such. So
I like everything he makes. I love the scones.
He loves scones.
But we have to test everything, and that's one of our benefits.
That's the problem. We're like, well, this was broken, so we can start cutting it up and tasting.
And
it goes through the savory food too.
And that's how you find out how things are.
You're like, this doesn't work.
Everybody tastes it.
Yeah, so that you have trial and error. Some things don't work. those never make it out there, hopefully. Thank you to everyone that makes it a special
we
place.
appreciate all our customers.
Our employees, it's a
Our
collaborative effort every
employees
day.
and everybody, we appreciate them, and I try to say that every week. I try to put that out on social media, that we really appreciate their business
And our employees, and, you know, because you can never say thank you too much.